I heard bam, 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 and I thought it was maybe, like it was maybe the car's backfiring. I'm like, is that a gunshot?
Now at 11, we're hearing tonight from witnesses of a shooting that left 5 people hurt in Southeast Portland, including a minor. The chaos they saw as violence broke out. And the Park Rose High School student accused of entering a classroom with a shotgun is due in court tomorrow. This as we learn more about what happened from the football coach who tackled him. Plus, a dramatic new video of a Coast Guard rescue near Cannon Beach. How these tourists got stranded on the rocks. The news at 11 starts now.
This is KGW News at 11.
And first at 11, a party turns into panic and chaos after gunshots ring out in a crowded warehouse. This happened overnight in Southeast Portland. 5 people were shot. One of them was a minor, and we're told they'll all be okay. But witnesses say, of course, this was a scary few moments. KGW's Lindsay Nadrich joins us now with more on this story. Lindsay?
Well, one of the men I spoke with saw the shooter and had to hide behind a car. He said his biggest concern, though, was not knowing if his fiance or other employees who were inside at the time were okay.
To walk in and to see blood down the stairs, when I go outside and I see blood down the garage area and I see windows shot out, and then we start looking at stuff and we realize our work cars, our personal cars have glass and they have damage done to them. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I was parked here, my 4Runner, and I didn't realize until this morning I had glass on top of my car.
Chris Castellano and Ian Onderjack were both working late Sunday when the shooting happened. Their business is one of many that rent office space inside the Audio Cinema building on Madison Street. But there's also a large space that can be rented for events and private parties, like the one last night.
This has always been a musician hall. It's always been a place for people to go and to congregate. We've never had to worry about an issue like this. So to us, it's flabbergasting. It's out of the norm.
Around 12:30 a.m., Ian was outside when he heard yelling and saw a man pull out a gun.
He shot from the street back into our loading dock because the garage doors were open for entry and exit. And at that time, somebody inside had started shooting a gun.
Ian hid behind a car as people inside came running out.
Running out in a massive stampede of nobody knew what was going on. It literally took like 10 seconds for everybody to start screaming. People are running out, yelling for their friends. You see people hiding behind cars.
5 people were shot. One was a minor. They're all expected to survive. But those who heard the shots say that sound still echoes through the neighborhood.
There's a lot going on in Southeast Portland, but we don't ever expect gunshots.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking. It's still nerve-wracking. So, still dealing with that.
To watch multiple kids, your fiance and everything run out, like, this is not a work environment. This is not what is supposed to happen.
Well, those who were there described a chaotic scene, as you heard. And in that chaos, police think there are people who left without talking to them. So if you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call Portland Police. The gun violence reduction team is still investigating. Back to you.
All right, Lindsay Nadrich live for us. Lindsay, thank you. What a terrifying story. Well, tomorrow, the Park Rose High School student who police say came to class with a shotgun will appear in court. No one was hurt when that happened on Friday because the school's head football coach, a former Oregon Ducks wide receiver, tackled him. This weekend, he's been speaking out about what happened while seemingly everyone else in Portland, including an NBA superstar, is calling him a hero. Tweets this weekend gave the first glimpse into how Keenan Lowe felt about what happened. The head football coach at Park Rose High writing when he took the job, quote, "I had no idea that I would one day have to put my life on the line like I did yesterday for my students." This morning, the former Oregon Ducks wide receiver went on Good Morning America and described how Friday he got a call to go out to the Fine Arts building to go grab a student. He wasn't sure exactly where. Lowe said he walked into a classroom. Seconds later, a student, ID'd by police as Angel Granados Diaz, walked in too, holding a shotgun. Lowe said instincts kicked in and he lunged, grabbing the gun and subduing Diaz. He called it, quote, "the longest fraction of a second of my life."
It's really good for us to just remember that we are kids and that we are students.
Because Lowe did what he did, Park Rose seniors pushed ahead with their prom last night, boarding the Portland Spirit, grateful that everyone got out okay on Friday.
We're still here for each other, and we're here to have fun together and show.
Kids over and over telling KGW Lowe is their hero.
My connection to Park Rose is, they're one of my respect schools.
Trailblazers star Damian Lillard, who runs a nonprofit called Respect, reportedly gave Lowe tickets to last night's Game 3 against the Warriors. Amid the pressure of preparing for Game 4, he went on at today's practice to say this.
In that situation, a lot of us would freeze up or kind of back out and not know what to do. And for him to take that type of stand and to, go and tackle the kid and protect all those people and himself, I think just, that's a real hero move.
Thanks to that hero move, students will be back at Park Rose High tomorrow with counselors and extra security on hand. And we wish them all the best. We have, of course, been covering the scare at Park Rose all weekend. We will be in court tomorrow to watch Diaz face a judge for the first time. To catch up on this continuing coverage, head to KGW.com. Well, you just heard from Damian Lillard talking about a more serious topic, though. Turning to sports right now, he's also talking about playing with an injury in the Western Conference Finals. Late last night, he confirmed to 2 reporters he's nursing separated ribs. Lillard says this injury happened in Thursday's Game 2 in Oakland. He went to chase a loose ball, and a Warriors player landed on him.
I don't think it's something that's affecting my game. It's there, but it's not something that's affecting anything that I'm doing. Obviously, you feel it, but that's it.
We'll have much more on Lillard's injury, plus a look at how the team is preparing for Game 4 tomorrow, coming up in sports. Well, Salem police are searching for a missing mother and her young son. They haven't been seen since last week, and the family is really scared here. Police say, in fact, the family of 25-year-old Carissa Allen Fretwell and 3-year-old Billy Fretwell haven't heard from them since May 13th. She's about 5'9", 135 pounds. Billy is about 3 feet tall and 30 pounds. Anyone with information on where they might be should call Salem police. 2 Portland police officers have been released from the hospital after we're told they were struck by an impaired driver. They say it happened early this morning. They were responding to a report of an assault on Southeast McLaughlin Boulevard near Tacoma Street. We're told the officers were standing outside their car when another car crashed into the back of their patrol car. That patrol car then hit the officers. One officer's arm was hurt, the other's leg was hurt. Police say the assault suspect was knocked to the ground as well. He was not hurt. The driver, George Goins, was arrested. Well, check out this video of the Coast Guard rescuing 2 tourists who got stranded on some rocks by a high tide near Cannon Beach this afternoon. In fact, this was at Ecola State Park. And as you can see, a Coast Guard helicopter had to hoist a woman and her boyfriend to safety. So freaky to watch that video. Crews say the woman was getting hit by waves when they showed up, and the man had tried to climb the rocks to help her. Then they both got stuck. Thankfully, neither of them was hurt. And then at the same time, this is new video of that tree that was struck by lightning before bursting into flames and hitting that truck. This happened yesterday in Eugene. We first got word of it last night, and we had that video at the time. The truck was damaged. No one was hurt. What's new is Tim Mullen's dash cam, which happened to catch the entire thing.
It was a very loud explosion, and then we were kind of airborne. That was my first, worry was everybody all right? We were just shook up, but we're doing good now and just relaxing.
The explosion from the lightning sent debris hundreds of feet into the air. Just crazy to watch that on camera. This was all part of a storm system that, as we reported last night, brought thunder, lightning, heavy winds, all of the above to western Oregon. It also knocked out power to more than 4,500 customers in Washington County alone. And of course, meteorologist Joe Ranieri was all over that storm last night. He joins us now. And Joe, it's thankfully calmed down quite a bit.
Absolutely right. A lot of us were waking up to some of the small damage with some downed trees and some downed branches. But again, heading into into the early part of your work week, Maggie, we're going to be seeing some kind of quiet conditions. We're going to be seeing more dry than wet conditions, at least for Monday and Tuesday. But with that said, we're still picking up some spotty showers really throughout parts of the metro area. Most of the heavier amount of rain we've been picking up so far today is throughout the central and eastern side of the state. We've seen well over a half of an inch of rain so far since midnight. We'll add to that a little bit, but you can see near the foothills of the mountains near Sandy and Boring, you're starting to see some more scattered showers. They will be heavy at times here the next couple of hours. But a live look now in downtown Portland, mostly cloudy skies. We are dry. We saw some heavier bands of precipitation move through earlier tonight, but for the time being, we're kind of quieting down a little bit. But we can still see some spotty showers move through here the next couple of hours and into the overnight hours. But by the time you head out tomorrow on your commute, you are going to be bone dry throughout western Oregon. Monday, dry until the late afternoon, early part of the evening. And there could be some cells that move through that do produce some heavy downpours and maybe even some hail. But the middle part of the week, we're going to be seeing some sunny and warm conditions. I'll talk more about what you can expect to see going forward into the holiday weekend next weekend. Details on that just a few minutes away.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Protests continue in Alabama and Missouri and frankly across the country over the new restrictive abortion laws in those states and in a few other states that do not make exceptions for rape or incest. And now President Trump has broken his silence on the issue. In fact, in a series of tweets this morning, the president affirmed that he is, quote, strongly pro-life, but does agree with exceptions for rape, incest, and protecting the life of the mother. He says that is the same position taken by Ronald Reagan and accused the left of favoring late-term abortions. These new laws are likely to be challenged, possibly all the way up to the Supreme Court. And then a note here, pro-choice activists in Portland are holding a rally on Tuesday as part of a nationwide protest against the new abortion laws. It's called Stop the Bans. It's put on by NARAL Pro-Choice Oregon. That rally will be at the Portland waterfront at noon.